Cameron.
Okay, so I know we talked about book characters. Yes. So this wall just got painted. It doesn't have to be like the whole wall, but I was thinking it's like somebody mentioned, what if you do like just east of it and then have book characters kind of like peeking around the letters? So I was thinking of that. I don't know. Yeah?
Well, and doing it like straight across.
Yeah, and high enough where kids can't touch it, but I also
and straight. For the lettering, would you want, so let's say if the letters were like a bit spaced out, if you wanted them to only be like poking over top and like partially their bodies like on the sides.
That'd be kind of cute, like if you have like one character like sitting like reading a book or
yeah. So he's always done with like the colors not always going into the lines.
Right,
like
right. No, exactly how the kids would know the character.
Maybe I should just grab the ones that I think are like contenders. Maybe would that be okay? And then. I'm just gonna like hold it.
Okay, so that's
just take turn grabbing it.
Yeah.
So it's like 6 feet. Seems like a good size.
It feels like a good size, doesn't it?
13. Okay.
How long have you had this dog librarian? So this is my 10th year at Eastwood, but this is my 4th year as librarian. So
do you like it?
I love it. This is the best job ever.
So I went home and I gathered up all the images that I thought were my favorite to put around the school logo. Something that's kind of funny is that this is where I went to elementary school, so it's kind of like, you know, a full circle moment, I guess you'd say, to be doing a mural in the school library where I hung out when I was like 7 years old. It took a bit for my mind to kind of get used to drawing again. It's been a really long time since I've done a drawing. I used to do pencil portraits for people and some paintings here and there. But it was like trying to use a muscle again, I guess. Now that I've got it all drawn out, though, I'm going to make a fresh outline of it. And then after I got that done, I gathered up all the original images and took them to get color matched. We ready to draw?
Yeah.
All right. This whole project was definitely a learning curve for me. I've never done a mural. I've never drawn on the wall with a projector, any of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I guess one thing about taking on projects that you're not even sure if you can do, like this one definitely was making me question, it makes you feel so much more capable when you tackle it. Alright, that's it for the drawing today, and I will come back tomorrow for painting. I kind of looked out that the school still had their own paint, their school colors in big buckets, so I was able to use all of that for these letters. Everything I do here, I'm going to have to do 2 coats, because you can see it's a bit transparent and splotchy for the first coat. But I finally got the 2 layers down, and then the next step is doing the kind of box shadowing underneath. So I got out some black here and went to work on that. I had to keep experimenting with different brushes, trying to get the right width and shape of brush for the different angles and areas of the letters. It took a bit, but I finally got it for the most part. Here I'm using an acrylic paint marker, and I'll show you more about this product later in the video. Alright, got the word done today. 2 coats with blue and black. It took 8 hours. That's it for today, and next I'm moving on to the characters. So at about this point in the project, I'm thinking, I'm not actually sure if I can do this. My hand was so wobbly with the paint. I was messing up the outline so many times, and baby wipes were my best friend. But I did realize that once I started using the paint on the inner parts, I could clean up all the wobbly black paint lines from the inside areas. And then eventually I kind of narrowed down what paintbrushes were my favorite.
For anyone thinking about doing a mural, or if you already do art projects, this is the brush that I'm finding I like the most. It helps with the angles, but also it's just the right width where if I put full pressure down, the lines stays nice and even. When I was working on the elephant over here, I was using a wider brush, and when my hand would go in or out, it would make the line fatter and skinnier and wobbly. But this one I have a lot more control, so it's going faster. I'm glad this is drying so fast. As soon as I'm done with one layer, I can go back to where I started and do the next one. Getting a teeny tiny little brush, and then my angle brush that I've been using. I'll either use this guy or this guy for the bigger spaces. It's just easier going wide with the brush and cleaning it up than trying to keep it steady with the original black line. So just making sure that the black line is at least as smooth as it can be on the outside. The inside will be cleaned up. So I thought it might be kind of fun to show you where I'm working. And this library is full of all of the classrooms, chairs and tables and everything. But it's kind of helping with having spots to put my tripod on.
This character, I was kind of bracing myself a little bit because there's so much to him. And so I was just like, well, here goes nothing. Both of my boys really loved this book. They're both a little bit older now. And so it's finally past that phase. It's kind of fun getting done with these projects. Each day I would do like one character. It would be about 5.5 hours or so, give or take, depending on how difficult the character was that day. But it's fun to show my kids and see what they think and if it's doing it justice. A couple of the items I had to mix a couple colors together to get. This was one, the little badge, and the other was a tennis ball. I had to get this kind of toxic sludge color mixed together with green and yellow. Okay, I'm on to the last character. It's the one I've been the most nervous about. It's this guy. He's intentionally really messy, and I was trying to figure out how I could make him look the right kind of messy and not just awful looking.
So this shoe, as you see, is like really messy and kind of overlined, and the paint doesn't reach all the edges. So I'm gonna try to imitate that messy style for the character and the shoe. I'm gonna get some help with these acrylic paint markers, skinny tip and a fat tip there, just to make it easier to kind of get that sketched look.
I was actually kind of surprised to find that he was my favorite character to do the color on. It was actually really nice just kind of splatting it on there and being like, yep, that's good. I went around and did a few more lines here and there just to try to keep it true to how the original illustrator wanted it to be, and also to keep it how the kids remember these books. I'm so excited for them to see this mural on their first day back to school for the new year, and I'm grateful that I got to be part of putting something in the library that they'll be able to enjoy. And now all that's left is to do a little bit of cleanup here and there, and here is the final mural. This is definitely a much different project than I typically have here on the Refurbished Life. I usually am doing furniture or home decor makeovers. So thank you everybody that came and watched. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have kids, let me know what character is your guys' favorite. If you haven't already, please remember to hit that subscribe and click the bell notification for alerts every time I upload a new video. And I will see you next time.